It was only a matter of time before Get Over Yourself was recognized, and as the girls listened to the news, they heard that their track was the most requested song on New York's Z100, beating Destiny's Child and Janet Jackson. The Grammys was the final proof, if it were needed, that Eden's crush had well and truly arrived on the pop scene. They sat between Christina Aguilera and Destiny's Child. But the best moment came as they arrived. Fans were screaming their names. It is this that is the most important factor of their success. They have been fans themselves, and now they find themselves at awards, on TV, performing on the stage, and signing autographs. They are also about to tour the U.S. with pop sensation NSYNC.
I know what first thing I would do is I'd probably work with just special people with Special Olympics and stuff. I have an aunt who's like the inspiration of my life, and she's Down syndrome, and she's taught me and my family. She's like the foundation of my family and the love and the strength and everything. And so I've learned a lot from her, and there's so many people out there who are just so beautiful and so blessed and so special, and I just would like to definitely focus my time and energy into that and learn more about them and helping in any way that I could with that.
Yeah,
definitely.
I think I would teach children as well. I used to teach at a daycare, and I loved working with little kids, and I used to help my dad assist him teaching. And working with kids is the most gratifying work next to what we do, but if we didn't have music. Because I think you learn so much from children because it's so simple for them. You know, if a little kid takes a toy, they say, oh, they get mad for like 1 second. All that other person has to do is say, I'm sorry, and it's forgotten, and then they go play again. You know, and I think it's those simple lessons that we forget as adults that kids just...
It's refreshing.
Yeah, practice.
It really puts you in check. Yeah. In fact, there's like a lot of things going on in this world now. There's a lot of things with this, and sometimes the little things you get stressed out about, and you're like, oh, but when you find somebody else, when you focus your energy on somebody else or helping somebody else, it just really puts you in check in life, in perspective, and how beautiful things are and how beautiful people are and how much you can learn from other people who sometimes may not seem to be as fortunate as you, but really they are. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, children definitely. Well, my parents, both of them are teachers. So I always have wanted to teach, and I have. I've taught kids, and I used to be in a charity league group, and we used to go visit children at this home, abused children, and I would sing for them. And of course, if there wasn't music in the world, I guess I would just talk to them, and I used to draw with them. And the kids I taught over at UCLA at the preschool, you just learn a lot. And I think teaching, since my parents were both educators, I don't know, I definitely like that profession. And I think that teachers earn and need a lot of credibility because I would not be where I am today without them. Yeah. And that's why I would love to give the gift back, the gift of teaching, for sure. Ana Maria, what about you? What would you do?
I haven't actually had the opportunity to do anything other than sing my whole life. But I don't know, I'm definitely a people person, but I'm also very into technology and computers, and I love studying. So I would probably have to do something part-time working with, I love children. I would love to teach, or, you know, maybe like 2 or 3-year-olds, I don't know what that would be, 4-year-olds, daycare or something, and then, you know, also have like maybe computer. Yeah, I don't know.
I have to research something.
I would have to.
Ana Maria is someone who really enjoys to learn, and she's constantly like trying to teach herself something. Like, she'll say, yeah, well, I'm trying to learn the bongos on the side. You know, on the side, because you have so much free time. Yeah, on the side. That's true. Guitar. Yeah, like on the bus, I remember was watching her one day. She was listening to a Walkman. And I was thinking, oh, well, what are you listening to? She's like, oh, I'm teaching myself French. And I was just like, but she just So I think she would have to do research. Definitely
I feel like
something.
there's so much extra time that there's so many hours in a day. There's so many things that there is out there that I want to see and I want to learn that I could never grasp or learn everything. So I just want to know some of it, you know. And it amazes me. I'm just so drawn by all of that.
Very cool. Fun.
Yeah, I feel like I've always been very creatively oriented, and I have to like create something in order to feel human and in order to feel fulfilled. And if music wasn't around, I'd have to create my own sort of rhythm, and I could probably do that with my body. I've been dancing my whole life as well, so that's how I would do it. And that's the way I've communicated with people for a very long time about my thoughts on so many things, that it'd have to be that. And then at the same time, since I'm also visual, like I love looking at color and lights, I'd have to do some sort of like video or film work. I started doing that while I was a graduate student, and I just was really loving it. I love being able to manipulate bodies and scenarios and like just putting it all together on the computer. It was really amazing. So I would have to do something like that as well.
It's interesting how many people out there are really touched by us that we don't even see or know. I think it's absolutely amazing that just by a smile, we can really move and touch people in a way that is totally unknown to us and that we could never imagine. I actually have a couple stories of like fans that will have my own website, and I actually write back and forth with them on a message board. I answer questions, and I have so many people writing and saying that, you know, oh my God, you guys are an inspiration to me. Just watching the show and seeing what happened to you guys, I haven't given up hope. I was thinking about quitting the music maybe, and just seeing that you guys stuck with it, I think I'm going to keep doing it because inside that's what I really want to do, but everyone else thinks I shouldn't. And just hearing things like that, I think, is what makes it really worth it, you know. Yeah. And then to them, you know, like, I think we're all a great example of, you know, dreams coming true. And it is possible. You can, you know, if you just try. It doesn't have to be singing. It doesn't have to be dancing. It doesn't have to be in the music industry. It can be anything you want to do. And if you want it bad enough, you know, you can get it. It's all about your determination and, you know, stay focused. And above all, you know, you have to be honest inside, and you have to know and be true to your feelings and make sure that you're happy, because it'll reflect on the outside.
Right. Maile, what about you? What's your advice? Oh, gosh. To anybody who wants to do anything in their life, whether it is sing or dance or be a doctor or whatever, I think that once you establish what it is you love in your life, I think it's important to make sure that you focus on that one thing and put your entire heart and soul into it. As instead of spreading yourself thin, just knock it out. Just really get your skin in there and just really concentrate on it. And I think a big part of any profession is rejection. And I think that it's very important for you to keep your spirits high and to never, ever give up on anything you want to do in your life, because rejection is going to happen regardless of who you are. And to keep going and to love yourself and respect yourself and stand up for what you believe in.
Gosh, along with such great advice, I know it's the truth. You know, it's. I just think, get your feet wet. You know, don't knock yourself at such a young age, because you know, if there's a feeling within yourself of doing something else, find it. Find that thing that makes you get up in the morning and love what you do. And whatever that is, stick with it. And be true to that. And don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Because besides your family, you have to live with yourself. And you have to live with who you are. And no matter what that occupation is, if that's a part of you, then it's important. You know? So I say just get your feet wet. Try anything, you know, and just remember to take time. It's something, one of the things that I'm really practicing, I think we're all practicing, is patience. Mm-hmm. Patience is the key, because if you don't have patience, then nothing gets accomplished, you know. So be patient, and like everyone has just said, you know, love yourself, respect yourself, but don't be taken advantage of You know, make sure you open your mouth or else things won't get done, you know. And love it. Love each day as if it was your last, you know. Huh? Carpe diem.
Yes.
Seize the day.
Also, I'd like to add one thing, which is really important for me. It was the most important thing was learning to take risks, not being afraid.
Life is a risk.
People can intimidate you, and life can be intimidating, you know. But you have to take them. It's the only way you can get anywhere. True that.
And you know, all of us, I think, at one time have been told you can't do this. Yeah. You know, oh, you want to be this? You want to be a singer? You can't sing.
You'll starve.
You'll starve. You'll you know, or you want to choreograph this? Your choreography isn't good enough. You know, and that stuff is what kills people. But you've got to find it within that strength. You can strive on that. And you can right. You can just take that as build your strength from that and say, you know what? I'm doing it. Right. I'm doing it, and I'm having a good time, you know? And that's the bottom line, you know? Who cares what everybody else says? If that's what makes you happy and you feel good about it, then it doesn't matter. Do it. Do you know how many people told us that we would never be here? Lots.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Lots of people.
There comes a point in life that, like, in the face of adversity, you just have to say, this I absolutely love.
Yeah.
No matter, like, who is not supporting you, you have to support yourself.
Yeah.
It's just about you understanding that this is something that you have to do.
Yes.
And you feel it, you know, and you don't care if you have to starve to do it. You'll do it anyway because that's, like, it's your calling. It's like the universe has asked you to, like, go and do it, you know. And, like, you know, sometimes, you know, parents are a really huge unit in your life, and they make up such an important and vital force in your life. And sometimes, you know, they'll say, like, are you sure you want to be a dancer? Or the parents are like, are you sure you want to be a dancer or a singer? Like, that's not exactly something you could make money with. And for me, the dollar sign was never an important thing. I mean, I went into this not thinking about the money, but thinking about the people that I could interact with. You know, that's really what it is about. It's about being a human being and about being able to fulfill yourself as well as other people. Because if you can't fulfill yourself, you're not going to be happy. So,
Nicole, I know you got something good to say. Well, I was listening to the girls, and basically they said it all. But I think Yvette really touched on what I feel strongly about is to really believe in yourself. I know, while I was growing up, I didn't have a lot of self-confidence, and I didn't have the biggest self-esteem, and it's hard. You know, believing in yourself isn't always the easiest thing to do when you're young. And I just say you really have to recognize and embrace and celebrate the talents that God has blessed you with, or whoever has blessed you with, or what you feel that you've been given. And you really have to own what you have and to do the best with that, what you have, you know, and just really believe in yourself and have confidence and just to do it. And if you work hard enough, that it will come true, you know, and if you believe hard enough, and it is a lot of hard work. It's not just like dreams and prayers and stuff. You really have to work hard enough. And also for the people who are not so young anymore and who are like, well, I want to, but I just don't have the time anymore or whatever that they want to do. Life is so precious. I had one of my closest friends passed away this past week, and like they said, seize the day and live each day as if it were the last. And if there's something that you want to do that makes you happy that you've never done, like Ana Maria says, take that risk and just do it. Do whatever's going to make you happy, because you can just never know when your time is going to come. But
it's never too late.
It's never too late.
That's the great thing about where we live and how we live in society today, because there's so many things, so many outlets. Like,
there's so many stories of people in their 50s going back to college.
Yeah.
There's always something new to learn.
Always.
I want to learn the piano.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, I mean, my mom has wanted to learn the piano, like, for the longest time. And, you know, when we make a buck sometime in our life, I'm going to get that piano for my mother, and I'm going to get someone to come to the house and give her...
But will it change them? Not a bit of it. Eden's Crush are 5 very talented and very down-to-earth girls. They are experiencing the rush of fame in a unique and amazing way, and they are determined to live up to the promise of the TV show. It was the producer's wish to deliver a great pop group to the public. Eden's Crush are sure to fulfill that wish. We look forward to watching their career with interest.